It's the opening day of free agency. Free agency opens today, 11 a.m. Chicago time, 12 p.m. Eastern time is when the legal tampering period does start. We can start hearing signings happening as soon as then. What to expect from the Chicago Bears in the opening free agency? We're going to discuss it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chi Bears Central on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into it for today, y'all. And it's a very exciting day in Chicago. This is the day where everything could change for the Chicago Bears. And the Bears at opening of free agency have already been rumored around some free agents that we kind of already had on the board for the Chicago Bears. First up, Jordan Schultz from Fox Sports did say this, that the Bears are considered a serious suitor for Drew Dahlman, but Dalman is also expected to have a strong market outside of just Chicago. Now, Dalman was rated a top 5 center last season with the Atlanta Falcons. We all know that this is a guy that only had 3 penalties. He only allowed 2 sacks on the season. He's more impressive as a run blocker than a pass blocker necessarily, but you cannot deny what he can also do on the pass blocking game as well for the Chicago Bears. So it's going to come down to if the Bears can outbid him from other teams. It's not like it's just the Chicago Bears as the only market. Veteran centers are targets by a lot of teams. They're coveted by a lot of teams. They're first player to touch the ball, right, on every single play. And so you want to have that. And we've seen the veteran center and the play at the center position be so lacking for the Chicago Bears over the last few years that we know the importance of having that center there. So, Drewman is somebody that I really do want here with the Chicago Bears, but it's not all about Drew Dahlman. There's some other guys, especially that you can look at and get. There's some guys in the free agency. In the draft. There are also some guys in free agency. But I think if you can get Drew Dahlman already what you brought in at that guard position, then address your depth in another tackle position in the NFL draft, hey, you've done a really good job at revamping that offensive line for the Chicago Bears. So Dalman being a target here early for the Chicago Bears in free agency is not a surprise to me at all. Now, the question is, can we expect the Bears, will Drew Dahlman agree with the team on day one? That's the big question here. And I'll say this, if you don't hear Dahlman's name called for any team on the first day, the legal tampering period, don't let that shock you, right? Dalman is going to be a highly coveted guy, which means that he's going to get a lot of offers. There's going to be a lot of guys calling him. Him and his agent may want to go through and weave through the benefits and the drawbacks of all the teams and the offers, things like that. But I will say this, if the Bears can secure a signature from Drew Dahlman or a commitment, because you can't sign until Wednesday, if you can get a commitment locked in from Drew Dahlman here on the opening of free agency, that's a great first move for the Bears. Great first move for the Bears. And Drew Dahlman should be on the Bears, high up on the Bears priority list for a lot of reasons. He just makes sense. I know there have been some questions on schematic fit with Drew Dahlman, and Ben Johnson's already said he's going to draw the scheme up towards the personnel that we have. So Ben Johnson isn't coming and just dropping the playbook on the desk and saying this is what we're running. He's going of course he's going to bring some sensibilities to that he's brought other places, but he's really going to be looking at scheming everything per the talent that they're able to get in here. And that's the important thing. So Drew Dahlman being here on the board for the Chicago Bears makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. And I hope that if they're able to secure him, I'm not mad at it, man. I'm not mad at it at all. I think that it would be a really good acquisition here for the Bears if they're able to get him in there, man. But there are other center options that the Bears could absolutely go out there and try to get if need be, right? And, if you can't get Drew Dahlman, cool. It is what it is. As long as the Bears make a serious effort. You do have Ryan Kelly, who, of course, is much older, right? But I do think that at least for while you're trying to find a long-term center, Ryan Kelly can come in here and be a guy that that works really well for the Chicago Bears as a 1 to 2 year stopgap to make sure that you add and up that protection around Caleb Williams. So Ryan Kelly, do not be surprised if he's a name that you hear the Bears pivot to if they can't get Drew Dahlman. And, we'll see what the future does hold there, man. But another guy that's also been mentioned early on in free agency for the Chicago Bears is Khalil Mack. Initially coming into the season, I was like, well, does Khalil Mack make sense? But then there started to be some rumors of mutual interest from Khalil Mack and coming back to the Chicago Bears. And, the Bears posted a video randomly that had Khalil Mack in it, which, of course, got a lot of people going and talking about it. And Khalil Mack is still a very productive player. 34 years old, 6 sacks, 52 pressures, right? Both of those would have led the Bears last year, even with having Montez Sweat on it. And he ended 2024 solidly. In 2023, he was one of his best seasons of his career, right? And that's typically how Mack has gone. He has a great season, followed by a pedestrian, a normal season for a defensive end, right? Still solid, but a normal season. You look at what he did in 2023, 17 sacks, which was a career high, 88 total pressures, which was second most in the NFL that year. You'd be remiss to act like Khalil Mack still can't get it done. He absolutely still can't get it done. And we'll see what happens there, right? So overall, man, there's some serious questions around the Bears, but at the opening of free agency, I think those are two guys you want to look at. If the Bears can walk away from the opening of free agency with one of those two guys, they've done an amazing job. Amazing job. So we'll see what the future holds there, man. Overall, I'm hopeful. I have a lot of hope of what the Bears can do, man. We got Josh in the building. It says Drew Dahlman, Khalil Mack, and I'll throw a wild card, someone we don't expect to get, Haize Ojulari. Now, Ojulari was a guy that in our live stream I mentioned yesterday as I think that's the guy I want the Bears to sign. Not to say that I'd be mad if they sign Josh Sweat, mad if they sign Khalil Mack, but I think Haize Ojulari with his age, what is he, 24 years old if I'm not mistaken? I know he's still fairly young. Let me fact check myself on that. Give me 1 second. 24 years old. He'll turn 25 in June, right? So before the start of the season. But that's a guy that I still look at and I say, listen, he brings tremendous upside. You look at his sack per snaps count, right? This is a guy that just gets it done, right? I think that he offers so much of still what you need. And I do think you can get him at a cheaper price tag. And like Josh Sweat is probably going to go $18 million, if not more, right? I think the recent deals that you've seen like Max Crosby sign and Myles Garrett sign have really changed the market some. Haize Ojulari is a guy that I think you could probably get in here for $10 to $12 million, right? Still young. He offers the best combination, I think, of still a lot of room to still grow as a player, but also his floor right now, you look at it, his worst year in the league, 11 games played, he had 2.5 sacks. He played 11 games last year and had 6 sacks. This is a guy that can get to the quarterback, right? Some questions on him in the run game, which, it is what it is there, but I love Haize Ojulari. I'm not even going to lie to you on that one. What's going on, Crimson? Glad to have you in the building, brother. King Booker World is in the building as well. Good morning from Brett. Shout out to Brett. Mack and Drew are the two I want the most. Hey, man, and if the Bears are able to get that as a 1-2 punch, man, I'm not mad at it at all. I'm not mad at it, man. I hope the Ryan Kelly is targeted the most by other teams so Dahlman doesn't turn into a bidding war. Oh, no, I don't think you're going to avoid Drew Dahlman turning into a bidding war. That's my personal opinion. I could very well be wrong on that. I want to be clear there. But I don't see a world in which Drew Dahlman doesn't turn into a bidding war. There are probably going to be 6-7 teams, if not more, that are calling him the moment that free agency opens. The moment that free agency opens, they got $1 ready to call him right now, right? So no, I don't think that you can avoid it turning into a bidding war on Drew Dahlman. He's the number one center prospect on the board for a reason, right? I'm so hyped. I've been a Bears fan for a while, so not getting my hopes up too much, but this offseason feels different. Bear down. Completely agree with you, brother. Completely agree. I believe Ben Johnson will be a bust and bust hard. First of all, bust hard. That's wild there, Tamir. It's weird that at 8:32 in the morning Chicago time you got dick on the brain, but nonetheless, I mean, listen. I'm not going to act like there's not a chance for that. I think that what we've seen from Ben Johnson as far as adaptability, as well as what he's put around him, as far as veterans on that coaching staff as well, I'm not too worried about it. I think if we get Drew Dahlman, Jonathan Allen, Khalil Mack, and maybe a backup safety because of Brisker CTE issues and buy out on the last year of his deal, I think we should get Javon Holland. Javon Holland's going to cost a lot of money. Keep in mind, you don't have to address everything in free agency. You're going to address some of it in the draft as well, right? And I do expect the Bears to go out and draft a safety. Now, I know Ryan Poles' words on it's hard to evaluate a rookie safety may throw a little doubt on that. We'll see what happens there. More pumped for free agency than I've ever been, fam. Hey, we'll see what happens. That's interesting. Book. What book say? Oh, hot take. Bears sign Evan Ingram. I just don't see that happening, bro. I don't see that happening. I think that you may see them draft a tight end, but because this is a tight end deep draft, but I don't know if they'll sign a tight end like Evan Ingram. Hot take. Bears sign a veteran backup quarterback and release Tyson. I mean, that's a possibility, right? I'm not going to say that that's a complete impossibility that just won't happen. But I don't know if that's on the priority list. We'll see what happens. I think the time to sign a veteran quarterback would have been when Caleb was a rookie. Like, he started 17 games. I don't know if, like, at this, like, not to say that still having a veteran quarterback can't help, but, like, I look at this, like, veteran quarterbacks, like, usually you want somebody that understands the scheme. The playbook can be in the ear of the quarterback, and that's perfectly fine. But I just don't know how high up on the priority list that is for the Bears. Personally. But hey, I've been surprised by the things the Bears have done before. So should have traded Bajan before week 1 last year when his value was higher. Definitely can see where that's coming from. Trading away UDFA is the net gain. Trading first overall would have. Yeah, this is stupid. I'm sorry. Or traded Caleb. This is again. And listen, I'm not holding back no more on y'all. Stop with the fucking perks, bro. Like, y'all got to stop being fucking idiots. Like y'all really got it. Y'all, you think that the Bears would have traded? You're fucking stupid. Listen, I get it. You're a Bears fan, and that's great. Listen, we all have a familiar bond with being Bears fans, so we're all family. But don't let some of the stupidity from this organization wear off on you in real life. If you think that the Bears would have ever traded or should have traded Caleb, you're stupid. I'm not even going to mince words on that one. You're stupid. That's just you're dumb. You're stupid. You're just not a smart individual. Like, that's just, you're not very intelligent at all. Ain't nobody trading Caleb, real Bears fan. This Bobby, I'll cook your ass again for your stupidity. That is hilarious, man. That's crazy. I'll be back for physical therapy for these old bones and paying bills for the start of free agency today. Shout out to Jack in the building. Teven Jenkins making twice as much as Jonah Jackson in 4-ish hours is going to feel weird. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen. I listen. I do think that a team's going to be willing to bite on him. Like, I don't have any doubts for that. I have no doubts that that's going to happen. But I don't think that it's going to be like long-term money. Teams are going to look at Teven and say, well, damn, if he can be healthier here than he was in Chicago, that we got something here, right? But I don't think that Teven's probably going to find more than probably a 2-year deal, with the second year being probably not guaranteed out there on the market. I just don't think that. Bonus check came through from last year. Got to share with the homies. Go Bears and FGB. We appreciate you, Crimson. Appreciate you, brother. Caleb is not as good as you think. Nah, who said that Caleb was great? But Caleb is better than Tyson Bagent. And Caleb has shown more as a rookie quarterback than just about any rookie quarterback has ever in Chicago. So, it's not about who's to say what he's going to turn into yet. But I tell you what, he has way more potential than anybody else who's been in the Bears uniform. Just a period. Y'all doubt, like, Bagent baddies. I tell you what right now, for Bagent baddies, this is not a safe place because you're fucking stupid. Like, you're dumb. You're stupid. So, not you, Bears junkie. I know you. I'm not saying you. I know your comments up on the screen. Let me be clear here. Bears junkie has some wild takes, but he's not stupid, right? But some of y'all Bajan baddies are just stupid, just dumb. So Like, just stop doing whippets early in the morning, bro. Stop doing whippets. Are people still hung over about Justin leaving? Why we saying trade Caleb? Because people stupid, bro. People stupid. I can see Teven getting a 1 year. Yeah, 1 year prove deal is probably most likely, but they may make it a 2 year deal to kind of say, because think about it this way, right? If you can get Teven on a 2 year deal with the second year being non-guaranteed, if he accepts it, right? And then you sign him at some decent money, right? And then he ends up being healthy for you, then in year 2, you have a cost-effective contract, right? You don't have to necessarily put yourself right in the spot of negotiating with the player that just played extremely well for one season, right? So that's what you got to look at. The last comment you read, Haize, was not me. Oh, okay. Somebody's being a fake Bears junkie. This one? That's not you? What? I'm confused. Noodle arm Bayesian. Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's crazy. What's up, Haize? You know I'm ready to break some Bears news. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. In the past 25 years, there have been 530 QBs with 100 attempts in a season. Caleb ranks at completion percentage. We already know that he wasn't accurate. We already know that. But that's not everything that makes a quarterback, you fucking limp dick bastard. Like, listen, you can find any stat to support any preconceived notion. Where it comes in at is being objective and looking at the totality of it. Because I can throw some stats at you where he was actually pretty good. So you just listen. I get it that you want that you in place of actually having something to say, you just have to say something. But real Bears fan, you will get cooked around here. So this is what you should do, right? Go outside, touch some grass, right? Pay your local woman of questionable morals. Go get you some coochie hair to sniff and get your shit together, bro. Because like you're saying stupid shit, bro. You're saying stupid shit. I'm not opposed to re-signing Coleman Shelton if we don't get Dalman. Man, listen, I get what you're getting at with that, and I think that's like, I think you still look at Ryan Kelly before Coleman Shelton, but I mean, there's a reason Coleman Shelton's ranked as what, the third best center prospect, center free agent. It's just, man, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Real Bears fan likes to pose as other people. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm not I already read that one. Is there a chance we can bring in Tev back as a backup? I mean, I don't know if it would be a backup. I mean, there's a chance to bring Tev back. I mean, he can move to tackle, right? But at this point, I think with what the Bears have done in free agency, it points to him not coming back. So can't wait until free agency starts. Today is going to be crazy. Dalman and Mack would be a dream come true. I mean, let's hope so, man. If the Bears are able to get Dalman and Mack in here on day one, I think that's really great. Another free agent that I think needs to be talked about a lot more too is Milton Williams. I think Milton's a guy that can make a lot of sense for the Bears as well as we look to shore up that defensive line. The question though is what does it do for Javon Dexter, right? Like, and Andrew Billings. Like, I get it. Maybe you can get those guys to buy into all sharing snaps. I think, we'll see what happens there, but I wouldn't be surprised if Milton Williams, you start hearing that the Bears may be filling out around Milton as well. So we got Sonny in the book. If y'all don't know, Sonny is one of my favorite content creators for anything Illinois, anything like just in general. I love Sonny as a content creator. I try to recruit him to the Chi-Town Sports Network right before Locked In swooped in there before me and got him. Sonny is an amazing content. I cannot stress to you guys enough. I love Sonny as a content creator. Shout out to Sonny being in the building. He says, send my daughter off to school, get in the car, hit the gym. First thing out of my speakers is limp dick bastard. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. If you miss out on signing Dalman, how about signing indie free agent center Kelly? Exactly. That's the person I shift to is Ryan Kelly first. Definitely shifting to him. Von Miller, stay far away from Von Miller. I do not want to see Von Miller in the Chicago Bears uniform. I know I may be a minority on that one, but I do not want to see Von Miller in the Chicago Bears uniform. Haize, do you think there's any chance we get Trey Hendrickson? Here's the thing, right? I think that there is, as much as I don't necessarily want that to be the case, I can't say that it's a complete impossibility. I do think that there is a chance of that happening, and that's just me being fair. I do think there's a chance of that happening. All right, yep. I ain't got time for real Bears fan shit anymore. He's in timeout. I don't have time for foolishness. It is what it is. Y'all make sure y'all as well go over to NFL Central. The guys are killing it over there. They're over 400 subscribers now there. They've been doing, I think, now 3 weeks. I think this starts week 3 for them. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and support them on NFL Central, especially with the fact that the NFL free agency starting. So I know a lot of you guys are interested in the NFL as a whole, not just Chicago Bears, just not them. So go over to NFL Central. I'll put the link in the comment section here in a second. Y'all go over there because they're going to be breaking news for the NFL as a whole. They're going to be covering everything around the NFL. So you guys make sure y'all support them over there. They're doing amazing work over there. Amazing work. So good work as always. Thank you. Do you have channel memberships? No, but we are going to be starting channel memberships here soon. I actually thought about that the other day. We will be starting channel memberships probably around the draft. Is probably where we'll start channel memberships. So I still got to talk to the guys, figure out exactly how we're going to attack that. But yeah, we definitely need to start channel memberships. So that'll definitely be coming here sooner rather than later. But all right, guys, I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you guys are following us at Chi Bears Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, 773-242-9336. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related, and we'll see you guys. It's definitely going to see our faces more today. Love you guys. Chi-Town up, bear down, y'all.